What's up guys, it's Tyler from the Aquatic Journal. I wanted to do a fish room corner update since I haven't done one probably since the beginning of the year, and quite a few things have changed around here. So I basically just went around and took videos of all the tubs I have outside and the pond and then all the tanks in here. So I'll start outside and show you all those and then come in here and show you these ones, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Outside we have these 4 tubs, so swordtails, Furcata rainbows, green cobra guppies for the most part, and then some cherry barbs. So if we kind of move some of this away, it's gonna be kind of hard to see with the glare. You can see the bright red cherry barbs. I'll try and get some underwater footage at some point too so you guys can see them, but the cherry barbs are bright red. You can see them there. And some of the plants in here are doing pretty good. You can see them right in there. This is the one with all the guppies. There's a lot of guppies in here. So you can sort of see them there. See with the red tail. I don't have any with red tails. That only happen after I put them outside, so I'm curious to get them inside. But you can see there's a bunch of little babies in here. We started with probably 8. My guess is we have well over 20 in here now. And here's the Furcata rainbows. To be honest with you, I don't think they've done much outside this year. They seem to be doing still just fine. They were just right there if you didn't see them. Yep, right there. Again, I'll try and get some underwater footage as well. And then the last one is the swordtails. They seem to be doing awesome. You can see all the babies in there. So there's little ones right there, some little smaller ones there, and then the adult just swam away if you didn't see them. But they're down in there. So they seem to be doing well. There's also some lily pads in here as well. Plants are doing pretty all right in this one as well. You can see them all there. So overall, the tubs have been a big success. I think the floating plants are a little too much. I'm gonna thin them out here pretty soon, but these have been a success. Hopefully you can hear me over the waterfall, but the koi pond hasn't changed much. The cattails are doing pretty awesome. I had some lily pads actually shoot up a flower that you can see right there. It isn't open today for some reason. It'll probably open up later. But some of the smaller cattails are doing super good. You can see how full this is. So that's been doing quite well. We've been having a little battle with algae as well. The koi seem to be doing well. We've only lost 1, I believe, this year. So far, that's so good. The koi have grown a lot. There's some big ones in here now that probably started at 6-7 inches, and now we're pushing 8-9 inches probably. They're super big around, eating a lot. We have probably 9 koi, 3 Shibukan goldfish, and then probably 6 or 7 or 8 regular goldfish in here as well. So overall, they're doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. The bog filter setup we have is doing pretty good. It's not working as well as I had hoped it would, but the plants seem to be growing okay. You can see we're dealing with some algae down there, but besides that, we just got a variety. There's some moss in here, palms. There's a Boston fern in the middle there, another palm, some arrowhead plants. The cattails at the beginning aren't doing so great, but other than that, they're definitely growing. This is actually strawberries right here that is growing. A type of succulent there. So it's definitely growing, but not doing quite as well as I'd hoped. So next year we might change this all up. But otherwise, it seems to be doing pretty okay. So to start with, we have the 10-gallon tank. It's actually down on that side of this top of the fish rack over here. So that has the Geophagus species that I have. I'll put the full name in text here, probably down below or something like that. But the female and all the fry that have dropped so far are in that tank. The adults are in a different tank, which is actually over on the bottom below the 90-gallon tank. I'll show you that one here as well. But those are the Geophagus that I have. Basically, it's just moss balls in that tank, and then it has duckweed on top. I don't ever gravel vac or anything like that. I just let the mulm sit there so that the babies can kind of eat it as it goes. And then the bottom tank is a 20 long that has the male and the other female in there. The female is hiding in the back. You'll see her here. And she hides a lot because the male bullies her when there's only one in there. but it's a little early to try and get the female out of the fry tank to put them with the male and the female down there. So eventually I'll get to that and move them down there, and then they'll be nice and happy again. Next is the 20 tall, which is right here. This is my guppy, and it has Serpa cories, in it. And so it has basically my grow out green cobra guppies that are in there, and then there's some females and some males, and then my 4 Corydoras are in there as well. The only plants I have, there's some dwarf sage / Italian veil, I'm not really sure which one it is, on the bottom, and then the one massive Madagascar lace plant, which you can see here, and you can see it in this video as well. So this tank is pretty much just for those to grow out. I feed them every day, feeding veggie pellets and then feeding flakes to the guppies, so they all seem to love it. Next is this 30 gallon with the rim taken off the top here. This is the tank that I pretty much have just been trying to do a aquascape on. I don't know how well it looks compared to some other ones, but I'm super happy with how it looks so far. I just trimmed it all down today. You'll see that video too. I had plants already growing up out of the top. You can see I still have to take some trimmings and put them back in the ground again. But so far, I think it's looking super good. I really need to get some ground cover in the front because otherwise you just see the gravel in the front. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I haven't been able to get any ground cover plants. So that's what we have going on here. The next one is this jar that I have that's sitting right over my shoulder here. This has been set up for I don't know how long at this point, 8-9 months probably. I never touch it basically. So plants in it, there's like 3 different types of crypts in there, and then guppy grass, and then Salvinia minea on the top. I pretty much never touch it. Occasionally when the water gets super dark because it's darted, I'll change the water so I can see into it. The only thing that's in here is like 3 or 4 snowball shrimp. I tried to take a video of one here for you, but it's super hard to see in there, so it may not have come out great, but that's all that's in there. I pretty much just let it be as is. The shrimp will pretty much just eat all the algae that's in there, and they all seem pretty happy so far. The next tank is in the bottom corner. That's my 29 gallon tank. This is my breeding pair of angelfish. I've probably had them lay eggs 8 or 9 times at this point, and I have yet to get any fry from them successfully. I've gotten them all the way to free swimming, and then they die shortly after that. So we've been messing with that. I put them in a breeder box, put them in their own tank, left them with the parents. None of them have been successful. I don't know if it's water quality or what exactly it is. I've been trying to feed all types of food, microworms, vinegar eels, freshly hatched baby brine shrimp, all that kind of stuff. And I haven't got them to live past like 2 days of free swimming. So that's been a little bit of a bummer, but I'm enjoying the angelfish so far. I like them a lot. I'm glad that I got them, and I hope eventually I'll be able to hatch some out myself. Next below me here is 2 20 talls. One of them that I'll show you first, that one is empty. It just has the plants in there. Eventually, once the fish from outside come in, I'll put them in that tank. But for right now, there's no fish in it at all, so it pretty much just sits. I don't ever do anything with it. The water's been pretty clear and it's been pretty nice. Next to that one is the half sand, half gravel tank from a video I did a while back. You could watch that video if you wanted to. Basically, that did not work out. I don't know if it's because I neglected it or what exactly happened with it, but essentially the plants didn't grow on either side of it. So I'll try that experiment again sometime in the future, maybe when I have more time to run CO2 or dose more ferts on it, something like that, to try and get them to grow and just kind of see what we can do with that. Or maybe get some different plants, I don't know. But we'll try that again in the future. But for right now, it was a fail. The fish in that tank is a group of Corydoras. I don't know the exact species of those ones. There are species that actually came with the 45 gallon tank that I had before, if you guys have seen that one in the past. I moved them all in there, and then the cherry barbs that I bred out, there's probably 22 of them that are quite a few months old at this point. They're probably yay big or so. And they've been growing out in there for a while. They seem pretty happy, healthy, nice and fat, so everything seems good there. The parents you already saw are outside in one of the tubs, and they are growing super big and fat, so they are also quite happy. The last tank I have to show you is the 90 gallon tank, my biggest tank. So this is pretty much just my community tank. So I've added a lot of fish to this tank since the beginning of the year. I don't even remember what I had in it at the beginning of the year, to be honest with you. But now what's in there is 10 10 little baby angelfish that are about this big now. They came from the same person that gave me the breeding pair that you saw on the bottom there. There's just a few different types of angelfish. The other fish, the glass tetras that I had in the 45-gallon tank moved in there. The Danios that were in the 45-gallon tank moved in there. I have some tuxedo platies that are in there. And the bronze Corydoras that I bred and hatched out are also in there. So there's probably 12 or so Corydoras. But that's, for the majority, I believe, what's in the tank. I think there's 2 bristlenose plecos as well. Might be the thing that I missed, a male and a female. They haven't bred at all. They've just been in there for who knows how long. So I hope at some point they'll breed, but as of right now they haven't. But that's pretty much all I have. I pretty much just leave that tank. I'll trim it at this point, like every couple weeks I gotta trim it because the plants grow crazy. There's 2 different types of hydro in there, and then Rotella indica is the other one that I have to trim for the most part. So that's all that's pretty much in my fish room right now. The last thing I have going on is just tanks that I have that are empty at this point that at some point I would like to do something with. So I have 2 5-gallons, a 2.5-gallon tank that are over there. The 2.5-gallon tank I actually tried to hatch angelfish out in, so you'll see that here. And then we have 2 super nano tanks. I would guess they're less than a gallon. The cube is a 6-inch by 6-inch by 6-inch cube, and the bowl is about that same size, so that I don't know how much that holds in terms of water, but that's stuff I have that I would like to do something with in the future. It's not something I'm gonna work on right now or maybe even anytime soon, but I hope to do something with that. So if that interests you, doing super nano tanks, and if you have any ideas on what to do with them, I'd love to hear it, so let me know in the comments below. But that's pretty much all that's going on in the fish corner. So I know you guys haven't seen it in probably 7-ish months now, so besides if you follow on Instagram, which you definitely should. If you don't, link will be in the bio or in the description of the video. But if you follow there, you'll see kind of the progress that I make throughout. Otherwise, this is the best way I have to do it, is just to show you everything all at one time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it probably was a longer video, but I wanted to show you everything that's been going on and kind of see what progress we've made this year. We've bred, I think, 3 or 4 different species this year, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'd like to do more next year. We have some new stuff coming in the future that hopefully will allow me to do that, so we'll see kind of what happens in the next couple months. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.